Hello and welcome to Action Theater Presents. This week's feature is Jack Reacher from 2012, starring Tom Cruise. With me is my partner in crime, Deleted Scenes. How you doing, Deleted Scenes?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Good. Uh, you want to read the synopsis on this one?
All right. The synopsis reads as such. This is an adaptation of the Lee Child novel One Shot, which is one of the Jack Reacher novels. Uh, Basically, there has been this mass shooting that has taken place. An individual is very quickly arrested and arraigned, and he has but one thing to say in his defense, and that is to get Jack Reacher for me. you know, and well, lo and behold, Reacher shows up in the guise of Tom Cruise, and basically says, "I'm not here to help this guy. I'm here to bury him." And that is pretty much we're off and running after that. It's kind of if you like 70s era conspiracy films, I think you'll like this because it's kind of a throwback to those films. And while granted, Tom Cruise doesn't look much like the way Reacher is.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it was totally miscast on the Tom Cruise being Jack Reacher. The Amazon Prime show is more realistic to Jack Reacher, what Jack Reacher would look like, and
mhm.
if Jack Reacher was a real character. Yeah.
But however, they don't change the character at all.
No.
Reacher is still very much Reacher in this film, um, just in a somewhat smaller package.
Yeah.
And man, the fella that they got to play the main villain in this is the one and only German director, writer, and actor Werner Herzog, who is a pretty interesting choice. So yeah, check this movie out. It's actually pretty good. And as far as adaptations go, it's pretty close to the book, which is another thing I like about it. So yeah, buckle up.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fun one.
All right. We will start the feature in five, four, three, two, go.
I do want to remind everyone that due to guidelines, we cannot air this movie live on YouTube as much as we would love to. Uh, However, you can follow along with us live on Cosme. You can also pick up your own personal copy of the film. I have my Blu-ray copy right here, so
Awesome.
you can follow along that way.
And not that it's important, but if you guys are watching on either Deleted Scene or my channel, is there any possible way to go to my channel and just leave a quick comment in the chat so YouTube knows that I'm still here and that this is still part of me.
Mhm.
A
All
great
right.
opening shot
Yes.
here.
Not only is this the first version
Oh,
which was the first Jack Reacher book that I personally read. So it's a good starting off point for people who aren't familiar with the character. Um, because, like I said, everything that makes Reacher Reacher is here. Um, do you want to say hello in the chat to Connie Clary, who's joined us? Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member. The Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Check Productions. Setting up a timeline of events here. Jai Courtney here is Charlie, who's the evil henchman.
it looks like the sniper weapon is an AK-47. Hail to Daniel Bari Sports Highlights. Happy Thursday to you, sir.
Daniel, Logical Spark is with us, as well as the view with Drew.
Hello, the lovely
Sherry's here.
Sherry. Good to see you.
We're a few minutes into Jack Reacher. Please join us in Cosme or with your own copy. And that woman there freezes, and we find out why a little bit later on. And we one of the things that both the book and the film make important are the backstories of the people who are killed here. And that's actually going to become kind of important. I don't want to give away why just yet, but you kind of get the idea that when an innocent life is taken in this movie, it costs, and you don't get that in very many movies. Most movies are just, everybody is just, like these cardboard cutouts to get knocked down, but not in this movie. David Yellow, of course, says Detective Emerson.
So what just went down? And basically, a sniper shooting randomly at people in the public in, I believe it's Pittsburgh, somewhere in Pittsburgh, and he was doing from like, I think it was like a 500, 500 yards or more. with what looked like I think was AK-47 rifle.
It's not an AK, but it's a sort of a similar design.
Yeah, it did look very similar. He finds one of the brass casings.
Hmm.
One of that's as a sniper, you're supposed to take all your brass.
And that's the first idea that things are kind of hinky here because we have seen who did the shooting, but the guy who all the evidence appears to be against, who is this James Barr character, Joseph Sikora, who you might remember from the Power TV series, um, he's getting blamed here. He's basically
He's
getting
framed. He's getting framed.
he's getting framed.
Framed.
Yeah.
Everything right down to a van. And he's got everything in his home to you know make the officials believe that he made his own ammunition for the
Mhm.
murder weapon. It's getting kind of dark there.
Yeah.
I'd rather see you rot in the jail cell.
And Richard Jenkins, of course, is the DA, Roden.
You're requesting for one man and one man only. Yes, Kit Jack Reacher.
And that was all the first chapter of the first chapter of the book is really quite lengthy. It's the whole, basically everything you've seen up to now. Hey. Mm.
Speak of the devil.
Whoa, wow, too late. We're here.
Well, he signed a confession he was okay. Now he's in the hospital fighting for his life.
Yep.
How convenient, huh? Almost beaten to death by other inmates. An innocent man with
Mm.
post, what do they call that, postpartum depression, and from
Post-traumatic stress.
war, from being in active service. This is a very, very huge problem with the military.
Mm.
Hmm.
And I'm out of here.
Our timestamp is 13:53.
Mm. I came here to bury him. Which in the rate he's going, it might not be too. Yeah. Michael Raymond James, who you might remember from True Blood, Terriers,
Yep.
and he's also in the Nebraska episode of The Walking Dead, which is probably their best ever episode,
Yeah.
at least in the first few years, anyway.
Yep.
He gets introduced into that episode like you think he's going to be a regular,
Yeah.
and nope. We're about to find out that even though Barr is innocent of this, he's not exactly Mr. Clean.
And they can't take the shot without an order to take the shot,
Yeah.
and they need that from their spotter.
Yeah, that's the thing a lot of movies get wrong, is
Yeah.
yeah. You can't just open up. Mhm. That will be, by the way, the first and the last of the liberal digs in this movie.
Hail to the view with Drew.
Mhm. Mhm. Put some shoes on, hippie. No, all right. No. All right. We just wanted to make sure you knew. Makeshift memorial.
Another thing that kind of falls into question: were the victims random, or were they selected, and why were they selected? Right?
Yes,
He's
that's right.
he's scoping out all the possibilities of where the shooter might have been. She was in that movie Gone Girl, right?
Rosamund Pike. Yes, Gone Girl.
She hightailed it out of there quickly.
Proving that she doesn't move to her left well. Yeah, we got some daddy issues going on here.
Well, she's making a pretty good lifestyle. I mean, she's driving a Mercedes, very high end vehicle.
Well, there's that.
The House of Pain.
Well, okay. Mhm. Yeah.
I love this next scene. This next scene's I love it. One of my favorite scenes in the movie. He did warn him.
Oh.
Insults just keep coming.
By the way, I would like to remind everyone that this is the fart knocker that destroyed the last of the V8 interceptors, so he deserved this one. Retroactively.
You and all your girlfriends. Really? He just broke that guy's heart.
Oh, and what a surprise!
Here comes well this okay, yeah, they are in Pittsburgh. I thought they were in Boston.
Hi, honey. What's for dinner?
That is a shame because that would be gentle.
Mm.
Hail to Words and Pictures. Good to see you, buddy.
And the guy there is playing the cop is the guy who wrote the books.
Nice. Cameo.
I agree for the most part, words and pictures, yeah. Now we're getting the backstory of the victims of the shooting. What is no for 500, Alex? That's the bitch of it, is the ricochet got her.
Yeah. Our timestamp is 42:14. I can't concentrate with you. Oh, did we lose you for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Damn StreamYard.
Yeah.
And here we meet our villains, our protagonists.
Wouldn't you like to know? I think about 25. Mm. Five Guys weren't even breakfast. Nope. This Fitzcarraldo sequel is weird. He would like to see the baby. No, no, no. Keep no. Yeah, casting Werner Herzog is inspired, but he plays this part pretty well. He's pretty creepy. But then again, he did those movies with Klaus Kinski all those years. Yes. You can do it. Do it. Do it. Look, if Werner Herzog told you to chew off your own fingers, would you do it? Come on.
And he's going for the thumb. I would keep the thumb. I mean, you kind of need your thumb to grip things. I'll hitch a ride.
Mhm.
I'm gonna borrow a car. What's that say? The front auto parts.
Yeah. Hey, Rouse Tower. It's made it shrinking by the second. Yeah. This ain't that film, bruv. Six 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 Elm Street. Here we go. In many ways.
You know that guy who some people shouldn't be messed with? Well, I'm that guy.
Still trying. Because it's not safe.
You should listen to him.
The bridge is out.
You're gonna see some interesting product placement. If you got the Camaro, then you get the Mustang. You're gonna see another Camaro soon.
Hmm.
Oh, she's got a cell phone. And what's playing in the background? Looks like it's a Western. Can't tell which one. I want to say Wild Bunch or How the West Was Won, maybe.
And Jeb has flown to Coop.
This looks like a frat boy's house.
Yeah.
Ready, round
Yep.
one.
Sour curtain ripped down. Jeb nowhere to be seen. Miss. Oh, sort of. Eh,
These guys are so amateur, they don't even know how bad they are. I mean, they just can't hit him. They have bats and a crowbar, and they can't hit him once. These two have got to be the dumbest idiots.
Well, remember, they're used to shooing away meth addicts.
Yeah, not a trained army soldier. Yeah, don't play with guns. Old Camaro, meet new Camaro.
You don't want to know.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Words. Like I said, he doesn't look like the character necessarily, but he plays the character that's in the books, so it evens out. And hello to Lester San Jose. Good to see you. Roll credits.
You should have taken it. You should have gotten that when you could. You didn't listen. You didn't listen.
Now on 6529 in the Cosme chat. This is Rosamund Pike. You might remember her from Gone Girl and Doom. And I know she was in one of the Pierce Brosnan Bond films. I think The World Is Not Enough was the one she was in. Which I'm sure we'll probably get to.
Oh, yes, we will.
Yes, we've been doing the Bond.
Indeed.
Films, yeah. And of course, now they have killed Sandy, which they're going to use to frame Reacher.
And she was moved, dumped
Yes.
near a dumpster.
Still following him in the same car like an idiot.
This upset Reacher quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like how there's just a gaze between two different cops.
Dickweed!
And this gaze.
And the chase is on. Mm. Holy shit, you were in Die Hard 5. Oh,
American Muscle. American Muscle Inspired Words and Pictures. Those cars are super fast. But that one is now broke.
Says I watched a Bond film earlier. Well, I say Bond film. Operation Kid Brother, a Bond parody starring Neil Connery, Sean's brother. Yeah, yeah, I've seen it. And I think Moneypenny was in that too, wasn't she? Might be wrong.
Hail to Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips.
Oh, hey there, Wade. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Wade. Yeah, I appreciate it. Uh, yeah, a little sidebar here, folks. I am officially at 5K, so thank you very much
Awesome
to the
job.
new subscribers. Hope you enjoyed the show, and if you're new to my channel and to Bill's, please go over to Bill's channel and subscribe to him as well. We're about let's see, we are 1 hour, 23 minutes, 16 seconds into Jack Reacher. It's the big chase sequence here. Very reminiscent of Bullet. And the actors did do a lot of their own driving in the sequences, as you could tell the way it was shot. Pass his hat, they protect him. Yeah. Oh, right on.
Threatened. Yeah, they would have the deserve threatened though. Don't act all tough when you're not tough.
And that was your PG-13 F-bomb, folks. Gary still can't find it. No, probably not. There you go. And those of you who are first-time viewers of this film, you're about to see someone who's a familiar face here on our show.
Jarhead's Marine.
Mhm. Interesting tidbit. Robert Duvall was not cast in this movie. He was just like already there, and so he's in the film. No, not buying it. Okay, thought I threw that out there.
It was the Cruz Duvall re-team up. They
Oh
wanted to
yeah,
make a movie from Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder. Yeah.
Ooh, that should be. We should do that one. Days of Thunder.
Yeah. One.
You get one to warm up.
Well, he's already on to who he is, or at least what he is.
Now that's siren because somebody's putting up a target downrange.
Hmm. How do we know he doesn't age? Oh, how about that?
Notice how he gave a really mean look to the camera, like, you didn't have my permission. That's the look he has about his face. You didn't have my permission to film me.
He's on the wrong side of the game.
Mhm. Right. Wait. What? Kill you. Take off. Click. You're not the hero. Drifter with nothing to lose. Your blood from a boot.
Now that is a threat. A very good, believable threat.
Mhm. Flies asking the spider to visit. Indeed. All right, folks. So here we are, the Act 3 showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, jumpy there, detective. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lights. Oh, more than that, actually.
Zigzag. That might work.
Mm. Blade, that's all he's got. Mm. Yeah, but he won't. Hell, Admiral Teague in the chat. See, sir.
Hail, Admiral Teague!
We're getting to the big boss fight of the film here. Scared yet? There you go. And to answer anybody's question, why didn't he shoot him? Because he told him he was going to beat him to death. He's a man of his word. You shot my hair.
You're gonna have a little ringing in your ear for a while too.
Yeah. Mm.
There's no human being. You know,
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Hello, lady. Pretty much, yeah. And it was on that morning that Jim woke up. Sorry. Sorry. I had to throw To Kill a Mockingbird in there somewhere. Only 4, but they were all bad. Luckily for you. Whoops. We don't know that guy. Nobody like that around here.
Yeah, no.
All right.
That
folks,
was
Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher 2012.
All right.
He made another one in 2016.
Yes, they did.
Came out 2016.
which I have a copy of, but still have not seen. So I can't speak to it. I need to. Thank you. Thanks, Admiral Teague.
You
All right.
should consult the scrolls.
I shall consult the scrolls. And of course, by scrolls, I mean IMDb Pro. All right, here we go. Originally titled One Shot, based on Lee Child's novel of the same name. Haley Atwell, Britt Marling, and Alexa Davalos all had screen tests for the role of Helen Roden. The teaser trailer debuted on Tom Cruise's 50th birthday. The character Jack Reacher from Lee Child's book series is described as 6 foot 5 inches tall, weighing between 210 and 250 pounds. Tom Cruise is 5'7". Brad Pitt, Hugh Jackman, Vince Vaughn, Jamie Foxx, and Will Smith were considered for the role of Jack Reacher before Tom Cruise was cast. Tom Cruise did all of his own stunt driving. Lee Child, the film source novelist, appears as a police desk sergeant who gives Jack Reacher his personal belongings when he leaves jail. The film was scheduled to be released on December 21st, 2012, with its U.S. premiere gala scheduled for December 15th. It was originally was planned to be at Pittsburgh's South Side Works Mega Place, December 15th, and to be attended by the film stars and book author Lee Child. The premiere was postponed during the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings that occurred on December 14th. When Jack Reacher's car crashes into some barrels, the car accidentally stalled on impact, but Tom Cruise was luckily able to restart the car before driving off again. Rather than do a retake, Christopher McQuarrie decided to leave it in the film as he felt it added to the suspense of the scene. Tom Cruise and Robert Duvall appeared in Days of Thunder, which we will be doing sometime down the line.
Yep.
Tom Cruise and Rosamund Pike sourced the Thomas Crown affair in their quest to capture the right subtle chemistry between their characters. Coincidentally, the source novel One Shot by Lee Child specifically references, though not by name, the film A Few Good Men, which starred Tom Cruise. In the novel, Reacher reflects upon a line of dialogue spoken by Jack Nicholson's character. Reacher's birthday is October 29th, the same as Lee Child's. On the wall in District Attorney Roden's office is a photograph of Roden shaking hands with former President George W. Bush. Robert Duvall's character is seen using empty 38 special cartridge cases as earplugs. This goes back to the 1950s. Since he was an old-timer, he could have done this. The weapon Reacher gets from the bad guy at the quarry is a Sieg P556 SWAT with aim-point sight. In Lee Child's source novel One Shot, the sniper at the beginning of the story refers to his kill zone as a target-rich environment. This is the same phrase used by Tom Cruise in Top Gun when he and Goose enter a nightclub. At Cash's gun range, Reacher mentions that if Cash doesn't help him, Cash could lose his gun range. As a threat, Reacher asks whether Cash would make a good soccer coach. Duvall played a soccer coach in Kicking and Screaming. The theatrical trailer features a large mine explosion that does not occur in the film. A New Zealand customer was successfully refunded after making a complaint that the film trailer was misleading. Gee, I wonder what he did when he saw the Rogue One trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Reacher tells Helen, "Drop me at the auto parts store." When she says which one, he explains that he wants the one that stands out in your mind as the auto parts store. In the next sequence, the actual auto parts store sign is visible. It is called Default Auto Parts. Lee Child often inserts references to the football club he supports, Aston Villa, in his Jack Reacher stories. In one shot, there is a character with the surname Barr, possibly named after Perry Barr, which is an area of Birmingham where Aston Villa originally played. There's also a character with the surname Holt, possibly named after Holt End, which is one of the famous stands at Villa Park, home of Aston Villa FC. The film cast includes 1 Oscar winner, Robert Duvall, and 4 Oscar nominees, Tom Cruise, Rosamund Pike, Richard Jenkins, and Werner Herzog. Rosamund Pike was pregnant with son Solo during shooting, which clearly can be noted in her enhanced measurements. Dan, thank you for that. Moving on. Christopher McQuarrie stated in an interview in 2015 that the scars referenced and shown on Reacher's body during the introduction to the character were scars earned from his other encounters in other Jack Reacher books. Cash yells, "Play ball," at the start of Reacher's 3-bullet challenge on the shooting range. This mirrors Robert Duvall yelling "play ball" when he judges 3 pitches to the whammer by Roy Hobbs in The Natural. Jai Courtney and Tom Cruise, who fight each other in the finale, have a 24-year difference in their ages. Oh, I got this right. The movie playing on the television in Jeb's house is The Big Country. Definitely one we should do for Western Day at some point. Jai Courtney and Josh Hillman had so much trouble with the American accent required for their roles that several planned scenes were scrapped. And many of Courtney's lines were dropped from the sides. Right, because they're both Australian, see? All right. This marks the blossoming of a strong professional relationship between McQuarrie and Cruise. Having written the screenplay for Valkyrie, which Bryan Singer directed, McQuarrie has since penned the script to Cruise's science fiction hit Edge of Tomorrow, and wrote and directed Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and a Mission Impossible Fallout. And I think he did the Dead Reckoning as well.
Yeah.
The first draft of the screenplay was written by Josh Olson. And if his name is familiar, he was nominated for an Oscar for adapting History of Violence. He was the first writer on this. Okay. Other actors considered to play Jack Reacher. Buckle up, because this is going to be just about everybody. Nicolas Cage, Jim Carrey, Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, Johnny Depp, Cary Elwes, Colin Farrell, Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, Michael Keaton, Stephen Lang, Dolph Lundgren, too old now, but he looks the part, Liam Neeson, Edward Norton, Ron Perlman, Keanu Reeves, Kurt Russell, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Mark Wahlberg, Denzel Washington, and Bruce Willis. In short, just about everybody. It's another. All right. Helen visits one of the victim's father, Mr. Ferrier. Tom Cruise's character from War of the Worlds was named Ferrier. Despite being one of the movie's highlights, the car chase is not featured in the book. In February 2012, Kevin J. Mesnick, one of the film's producers, sued Don Granger and Gary Levinson, 2 other producers, for breach of contract over a joint venture agreement, claiming he had helped to develop the film, renew Paramount's options for the rights to the book, and participated in a search for a screenwriter. but starting in July of 2010, had been left out of meetings with the screenwriter and the studio and not given certain draft of the screenplay while it was under development. Messick is suing for unspecified damages as producer fees and a right to participate in any upcoming sequels. Reacher introduced himself as Aaron Ward, and it's obvious that Cash recognizes the name of the 1925 Yankees baseman. Cash pauses and says the name to confirm. Cash says play ball after Reacher is allowed to practice shots, so now the real shooting can take place. That reference to baseball is a tip-off to Reacher that his cover has been blown even before he takes his excellent shots to reveal who he is. The bottle of prescription medicine on Barr's nightstand is a zolpidem tartrate. I probably got that wrong. This is a drug used to treat insomnia by causing sleep. Barr probably suffered from insomnia with his post-war experience. The source novel states he is self-medicating to escape symptoms from early onset Parkinson's. According to Dwayne Johnson, who considers himself a fan of Jack Reacher, he pursued the role around 2007. It is stated that Reacher spent the bulk of his time in the Army with the military police. Reacher tells Helen of his investigation into Barr's murders in Iraq. Military police are not involved in murder investigations. Such crimes fall under the jurisdiction of CID, Criminal Investigation Division in the Army, NCIS in the Navy and Marine Corps, and OSI, the Office of Special Investigation in the Air Force. In the book, I think he is CID, even though they don't say it here because nobody knows what CID is. The cold shot talked about in the movie is actually a myth. Many precision shooters agree that cold bore shot accuracy is largely a myth. The way Reacher cycles the action of the Remington 700 on his third shot during the range scene is how snipers are actually trained to cycle bolt-action rifles. Reacher mentioned James Barr fired 250,000 rounds in training during his years as a sniper in the Army. A normal sniper would shoot about 1,500 rounds a year from his rifle. Werner Herzog used Mick Jagger as a point of reference in How to Play the Zek. The irony of having the car chase scene in the movie is that in the Jack Reacher novels, Reacher doesn't like to drive, preferring to walk, hitch rides, ride subways and buses, and as such is often portrayed as being a terrible driver. The reloading press used in the beginning is a Forster coax reloading press made by Forster Products of Lanark, Illinois. Most of the humorous fight in the bathroom at Jeb's house may be a dig at the size of a typical Pittsburgh bathroom. The homes are so old, it is a common joke around town about how small they are throughout the city. Any hand-to-hand, in this case baseball bat combat, would be futile in such a small space. Dwayne Johnson was passed over for this role in favor of Cruise. Although Cruise was a much more seasoned actor than Johnson, some viewers felt that Johnson's size and cadence would be a better fit for what the character is described in the book. It was argued that Reacher's size and intimidation are much a part of the story as anything else, although author Lee Child defended the casting decision. In contrast, the Reacher series cast Alan Ritchson, who is 6'3", as opposed to Cruise's 5'7". Rosamund Pike and David Oyelowo, who played Emerson, later starred in the film A United Kingdom, where they play husband and wife. Haven't seen that movie, but I've heard good things. The film, we did this already. The film on the television is The Big Country, Gregory Peckinpah Lives. Yeah. Jack tells Helen of Barr that he didn't come to help him, rather he came to bury him. This is reminiscent of the beginning of Mark Antony's funeral speech from William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Lebendauer is the German word for lifespan. The initial reaction to Tom Cruise being cast as Reacher was negative, mainly due to him being nearly a foot shorter than Reacher is described in the novels. However, Lee Child defended the casting of Cruise. It's completely impossible to literally transfer the page to the screen. Ironically, to capture the feel of a book on the screen, you have to change almost everything about it. People who think we should have had an actor that looks more like Reacher is described in the books. First of all, there aren't many such actors. So it's much more a question of which actor has the talent and screen presence to create what Reacher does on the screen. And what really comes down to finding the actor with the most talent. He added, with another actor, you might get 100% of the height, but only 90% of Reacher. With Tom, you'll get 100% of Reacher with 90% of the height. Okay. Among those actors that the fans threw out as possible Reachers, Ray Stevenson, R.I.P., Anson Mount, Jim Caviezel, he could have done it. Would have been different, though. Timothy Olyphant, Sean Bean, Viggo Mortensen, Liam Neeson, Hugh Jackman, Clive Owen, Mark Wahlberg. People forget how short Wahlberg is. Channing Tatum, John Cena, Vince Vaughn, Dolph Lundgren, Jason Statham, Kevin Durant, Neil McDonough. Now, he would have been interesting. Vin Diesel, no. And Chris Hemsworth were among names fans preferred. Characters who use the M1A rifle are shown to have Garand thumb, a bruise on the right thumbnail caused by the rifle bolt closing on the thumb during reloading. Common among newer shooters of Garand-based rifles. It's a little surprising to see on experienced marksmen. The car chase between Jack Reacher and his Chevelle and the bad guys in their Audi A6 is an homage to Bullet. Not only is it filmed with real cars in real places, even the car drifts and stops just like Bullet's Mustang. And then the chase continues. Other similarities between the two films include the cars are muscle cars that are commercially available. The car crashes and drifts occur in actual places on the streets, and even the close-up show real places. Jack even stalls, fails once to start the car, and then continues the chase, just like Bullet stops nearly at a point in the point of chase. The Chevelle's damage maintains continuity throughout the chase, unlike some movies where cars suddenly look pretty after a crash. Case in point, Commando. The big difference between the two chases, besides the cars, is that Bullet's chase happens in the afternoon and Reacher's chase is at night. The place where Jack stole the car is the same bay where Steve McQueen begins his chase. During Barr's interrogation, Emerson mentions Rockview and the Death House. Rockview is a Pennsylvania state prison in State College, Pennsylvania. It is also where the execution chamber is located, a house on the grounds known as the Death House. All right. The salesman behind the counter selling the watch to Nancy Holt, the blonde female victim, was Tom Cruise's stand-in for the movie. The book and the film contain numerous speak. I don't know how to speak. Okay, I'm tired. The book and the film contain numerous homages to Frederick Forsyth's novel The Day of the Jackal. Lee Child has stated that the book was one of the main influences in his career. Helen and her father's surname, Roden, is named after Colonel Mark Roden, one of the 3 AOS men behind a fictional plot to assassinate President de Gaulle. The Jackal has no real name and uses a common alias like the Zack. Jack and the Jackal move around and have no permanent places. The bullets used in the assassination attempts are custom made. Like the Jackal, Jack uses 4 bullets in target practice. Both men use a real bullet on the 4th shot. Charlie, as smothering Sandy to death, is the same way the Jackal smothered Madame de Montpellier, as to cover their tracks. Just like St. Clair, who is indirectly feeding information to the AOS, Emerson is revealed to be a mole inside the enforcement side. All right. And final body count, 20. All right. The Jack Reacher film was released finally on the December 21st, 2012. $60 million budget estimated, with a $15 million opening weekend, going on to gross $218 million worldwide. All right. It won the Best Score at the BMI Film and TV Awards. Was nominated for the Dagger Award for Best Film at the Crime Thriller Awards from the UK. Was nominated for 3 Golden Trailer Awards. Was also nominated for Best Music Supervision for a Trailer, the Guild of Music Supervisors Award, and was nominated for Best Action Sequence at the MTV Awards. All right. 13 filming locations: Salzburg, Pennsylvania, where they did the quarry; Strip District, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for DeLuca's restaurant and the first fight scene; Southside, Pittsburgh, for Mario's bar; Swikely, Pennsylvania, for the motel scenes; Monroeville, Pennsylvania, for the bus station interior; 6581 Steubenville Pike, Robinson Township, Pennsylvania, for default auto; 625 Stanwix Tower Apartments in Pittsburgh, for the parking lot sniper location; the North Shore Riverfront Trail in Pittsburgh, for the shooting site; 618 Wyndham Street in Pittsburgh, which is Jeb's house; 1016 Fritz Street in Pittsburgh, which is the exterior of his home; the 801 Ohio River Boulevard in Swikely, Pennsylvania, is the Three Rivers Motel. It has since been demolished. And 9th Street, Pittsburgh, for the street scenes. All right. And that is that for all the information IMDb Pro has on Jack Reacher 2012. The scrolls are closed. All right. And as you see here in the main chat, next week's film will be Roger Moore returning as 007 in The Spy Who Loved Me.
The Spy Who Loved Me. They love me.
All right.
We do hope we will return. Will you come back and join us for that one? Hey, and we can have Western cinema this week too. But I have to find one. I don't. And maybe we can play Tombstone again. What do you think?
That's up to you. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we can do Tombstone again. It's always a fun one.
And thank you.
You're welcome, Connie. You're welcome.
And thank you to everyone who did join us. Those of you who are in Cosme, that was I know Connie and Chalk, and I know we had a couple of other people in and out throughout the show. I do want to thank the people who joined us in the chat, including Connie, Wade, Logical Spark, the View of Drew, Daniel Barry, of course, Words and Pictures, and Lester San Jose, Admiral Teague. Let me scroll through here real quick. I don't want to miss anybody. I think I got
Real Way Nation Gaming Clips.
Mhm.
Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. And Words and Pictures.
Mhm.
And the lovely Sherry.
Oh, yes. Lovely Sherry. Okay.
The lovely Sherry.
And of course, thank you all to especially my new subscribers. I surpassed 5K subs as we were in the middle of the broadcast. So thank you to the new subscribers. Please, of course, subscribe to Bill as well. And also Wade, who's 11 away from 1,700. So please subscribe to his channel as well.
Absolutely.
Just to let the new people in and know, this is a show that Bill originated exclusively on his channel. But a few years ago, he asked me to come on and, guest host. And along the way, I've now become the co-host and the sidekick of this program.
This was the idea behind it is that I get to run my own movie theater, and you all get free. You all get your free movie tickets. They're free movie on me, and
Yeah, I mean, we do older films. We do more recent movies as well.
Yeah.
Once they become available to do so. Unfortunately, we do have the whole copyright thing that we have to to deal with, which is why we don't show these movies on screen live. As much as we would like to, we can do that with a public domain film, and we have in the past, and we're hoping to do more. But when it comes to a movie that is not yet in public domain, for example, this film, unfortunately, we have to switch over to Cosme. But we do hope you enjoyed the commentary. And of course, I do want to remind everyone you can purchase this movie on physical media, as well as its sequel film, Never Go Back, which I'm sure we'll be doing eventually sometime down the line.
Yep.
And you can also find this movie for sale or to rent on right here on YouTube, or if you have a Paramount Plus subscription, or if you have the Amazon bundle, which you can also get Paramount Plus there as well. You can find this movie on Paramount Plus. So, all right.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming. We'll hope to see you here on where Western Cinema returns triumphantly with Tombstone. We're going to do Tombstone this coming Sunday, and then join us again here on next Thursday for The Spy That Loved Me. Roger Moore, James Bond. As always, be excellent to each other. Party on, and can't wait to see you on the next one.
All right.
Okay.
Right. I do want to remind everybody that not only does Bill do this show and Western Cinema Presents on Sundays, he also does karaoke shows Wednesday nights and Saturday nights.
Yep.
And are you and Teague going to be covering the Super Bowl as well?
Yes, we will cover the Super Bowl. Even though there's a huge thing on a lot of folks boycotting it, we will still cover. Yeah. We're still going to cover the Super Bowl.
And Connie has had a stroke.
Oh no.
No. You fell asleep on your keyboard. Wake up. Somebody's got to feed the
Oops.
birds.
Oopsies.
All righty. Well, I would also like to remind everyone later on tonight will be my program, Coming Attractions. That will be at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And I will let everybody know then what I'm going to be up to in the next week. I'm going to be appearing tomorrow night on Big Al's channel, Big Al Presents, for Films with Friends. And we are going to be watching Disney's Those Darn Ants. No, sorry, Them from 1954. Classic giant ant film with James Whitmore and Marshall Dillon himself, James Arness. All right. And of course, rejoin Bill and I Sunday afternoon for Western Cinema Presents Tombstone.
Yep.
From HQ. And all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.